I really hope that you enjoyed watching this series of enlightenment with us. Our whole goal is to give you valuable insight that will add value into your life, your relationships, your career, your finances, your health, and more. Working with Daniel has been a really fun experience for me. He cracks me up so much. It feels like he's the male version of myself. And he's 10 years younger than me. And it's clear to see how much I have grown in the last 10 years just by seeing where he is now. Now, I have helped thousands of people in my career as a coach and as an intuitive person. And it just goes to show that there's still more to learn in your life. There's still more to take away on this journey. And as our knowledge grows, so does our circumference of ignorance. There's way more for us to learn in this entire process of life. And I think that's the fun part of living, is that you're constantly learning every day. You're letting go what works, what doesn't work, and you're holding on to what works. And you're constantly reevaluating the beliefs of yourself, the beliefs of others, and starting to boldly create the world that you want to experience every day. Now, it's obvious in this series that you've seen Daniel grow. He's currently evaluating his beliefs and still doing that. You may have seen in the last episode where he said, "Nothing comes easy." And I said, "You're right." And after filming, I said, do you realize you said nothing comes easy? And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, you're right. Nothing comes easy. Everything comes easy." And he was like, "Oh, I just realized that." So it's always about hearing what you say, evaluating what you say, checking where your beliefs come from, and changing them if they don't make sense. We're not selling you on any religion. We're not selling you on anything at all. We're selling you on what it is to be a human and to check in with yourself and to love yourself and be a part of that journey. I have kids, I have a home, I have a business, I'm in law school. It's a massive responsibility, but it's a fun responsibility, and it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels like every day when I wake up, I'm just showing up to accept the love that's in my life, to accept the joy that's in my life, and I'm just showing up and just being a part of the experience. There will come a time in your life where you feel like being healthy is easy. You feel like being in love is easy. You feel like being a parent is easy. You will experience a moment in your life where you feel a certain level of mastery. But you can't go into any type of endeavor thinking that you're automatically knowing everything. It's okay to go into something not knowing. It's okay to be unsure. It's okay to be afraid. But there comes a moment where you don't want to be afraid anymore. You don't want to be unsure anymore. And you start changing your ideas and your concepts of yourself, because you can be, do, and have anything that you want in life, regardless of what other people say, regardless of the economy, the political situation, the environment, whatever is going on in your life, you can overcome them. Visionaries come into the world to remind us that old systems are not the prevailing systems, and they're not forever systems. Whatever economic system, political system, religious system that you're in, start asking those questions. Check in with yourself. Is it the truth? Is it your truth? Start having that dialogue within you. Start looking for a community of people who are willing to challenge your ideas. Not just say, yes, yes, you're right, but who are willing to respectfully question your logic, because that's where changes can be made. We want to embrace the different paths of others and to begin creating together, in a state of co-creation, a new world, a new life, a new potential and reality, while knowing at the same time that other people's behavior, choices, lifestyle, sexual orientation does not have to define us or influence our quality of life. It's called living in harmony. The whole vast universe and the world that we know exists in a state of harmony. And harmony cannot come without diversity. If everybody was the same, we would not have ecological harmony. It would not be a healthy state to live. It's okay to go and live in a world that is completely different, but you have to put yourself out there too. And you're a part of this process. You don't have to hide in your home. You don't have to repress your feelings. You don't have to deny your experiences. You can express yourself and feel safe to express yourself. Daniel and I grew up with very difficult backgrounds. We had parents that lived with emotional, psychological, financial, and relationship troubles, and they impacted us deeply. However, we have decided that these issues are not going to define us, They're not going to tell us what our life is going to be like. They're not going to tell us who we are. They were experiences, and you have to extract the wisdom from those experiences to keep moving forward to create the life and the person that you want to be. You are totally in control of your imagination, the world you create in your mind, and how you feel about your life. If you find yourself reacting to life circumstances, if you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or social media, and you find yourself constantly reacting to everything you see, it means that you've put your power in somebody else's hands. Start to check that. If you find yourself feeling alone and afraid, and that you can't talk to anybody or confide in anybody in the thoughts that you might be having, if they're scary thoughts or if they're worrisome thoughts, anxious thoughts, time to check in with somebody who can help you and give you tools to navigate through that. The world is a safe place. The world is a loving place, but it's man that has not made it so. We can have anything our heart desires, but we keep limiting ourselves with beliefs and opinions of others. We keep saying we can't have a happy, healthy home because everything outside in the world that the news is telling us. Be educated, educate yourself, but remember the facts of today were merely fantasy of yesterday. And your whole life and this world that we live in is malleable and changeable. The only thing that is certain is change. And it's time for you to tap into that change, to not be afraid of change, to live in harmony with change, and to take change by the reins and ride it to every new act of creation in your life. I hope, if anything, that I have given you personally is that you feel courageous, that you feel brave enough to experience change, to allow change to affect you. But remember, you are the creator of change. You can change your ideas about your life. You can change your concept of yourself. You can change your ideas about others and the world around you. It all starts within you. I just want you to remember that the power is within you, just as Daniel had realized when he called me 1 week ago to finishing this series for you. You've seen my friend grow in substantial ways in a short amount of time, and I believe that substantial change can happen in a short amount of time. You don't have to wait days, weeks, years, months, decades to experience lasting change. So if you have any questions for me, if you want to know what I got out of this experience, please let me know in the comments. I'm very happy to have shared this journey with you. This is a very personal passion project of mine. We're not even really sure what's going to come of it, but we just know that the right people at the right time are going to hear our message. And we hope that we've penetrated your heart and your mind so that way you can feel like you can be the source of change in your world. Thanks for joining us for this journey, and we love you. The only question is now, do you love yourself? I sure hope so.